Welcome to Thane City FC Talks. Today, Thane City FC has an amazing opportunity to have a podcast and an interview with Ishfaq Ahmed sir. Ishfaq Ahmed sir has been the coach of the India Under-16 team. He's favorite to lead the team again for the 2024 SAFF Championship as well as the 2025 AFC Under-16 qualifiers as well. So, Ishfaq sir, welcome to the show. Ishfaq sir has also been an ex-India player as well. Plus, along with that, he has coached Real Kashmir and been with a lot of ISL clubs as well. So, Ishfaq sir, really glad to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. I'm also looking forward for this show, and thank you so much for inviting me over here.
Okay. So, Ishfaq sir, just diving right into it, you have had an extensive playing career. So, during your days, how youth football was different from youth football today?
Well, first of all, there is one huge difference or one good change, I would say, is that there are a lot of academies right now available. There are football schools, which used to, in our time, there were only maybe everybody wanted to go to TFA, which was the academy that time. And maybe a few more Sale Academy and I say Monbagan Academy, I think. These were few academies where, as a kid, we thought that we will go there and get trained there. And a lot of former India players have been produced by these academies, especially TFA. And now you have, huge opportunities in the when at grassroots level, people if you have talent and players want to play football and to go in take an admission in any academy, there is private funds, there is La Liga schools, there is Barcelona Football Academy, there was Boca Junior Football Academy. I don't know whether that is still there, but there is Reliance, young champs right now. There is TFA is still there, and all the big ISL teams have their own academy. So there's a huge change in that. If we consider that the opportunities for the young to develop themselves, there are good academies with good coaching staff. So which is wonderful, and that I feel has been a welcoming change in football, especially in ecosystem of Indian football.
Brilliant answer, sir. Sir, you also, since you had an extensive career, I wanted to know how important youth development is in shaping a successful footballer's career.
Immense, I would say. You may have talent and you may grow playing on street, and then somebody will see you and then you go directly into under 20 or you play for senior. There are many examples in Indian football. The players who had a successful career came like this. But they could have had even better career had they been gone through a proper development system, footballing, academies, and then trained there, then polish their technique or learn their technique, learn tactical aspect of the game also, which is a player's point of view, how to manage the game. These things were earlier absent, but when you are not in a good academy, you unfortunately will learn these things, but very late. We have many players now coming from age group teams and then directly getting into the ISL or I League teams because and good players and they get taught all these things and developmental stage, which is very important. Developing is not only just the football development. When you are in academy and with good coaching staff and they take care of everything, it's physical, it's mental, it's your football. It polishes your footballing skill. So it's an overall development. As you grow up as when you are a kid, if you are in academy, they will realize you lack this particular thing. For example, you don't have the leadership quality. They will try to push you for that or something else. And then when you grow up, you come as a complete package. So, and then it's up to you and which team you are in, how much chance you will get, and then you will grow. But that developing aspect is very, very important, and that is where we in India have to focus on with the good coaches, appointing good coaches on that stage to help a talented player to grow and become a better player. And I think that is very important.
Okay. Sir, you had an amazing campaign at the SAFF Championships last time around. Semi-final, that 8-0 win against Maldives. Along with that, during the course of the tournament, India did not concede a single goal. So, can you share a little bit more about that amazing campaign that you had winning the Under-16 championship? And, what were like the challenges and some surprises as the head coach of the India Under-16 team during that time?
A lot of challenges. India is a huge country. A lot of criticism. You have to take criticism and convert them into positive, to a kind of a stepping stone for you, which usually pushes you. I believe in that. For me, I think it's there were a lot of things. All those guys had never played on a top level, especially in international. Everybody had a debut, including the coach. so for me, it was a big challenge, and the people who know me, they know I want to leave that footprint, like, okay, this was the style of the team and that's how we played. And when I discussed with that time technical director Sabir Pasha and other guys, when they wanted to hire me, and it was clear, I said, no matter what, I'm going to play a particular style and I want to improve. I want to play a particular style of football, a brand of football, which will leave impact, like whichever team we will play, they should feel it. They are, they are playing a stronger team with a good technical ability and tactical awareness. So to some extent, we succeeded, and I was lucky enough to have some of the top talented players from the country. And I think it was brilliant, like as you rightly said, Maldives, who had beaten host in pre-quarters and qualified for semi-final. And after 60 minutes or 70 minutes, I had to tell my boys, okay, let's not concentrate on scoring goals. Let's keep the ball now. So I think that was amazing. I never had in my mind or thought I will tell that, I will give that kind of instruction to my boys, because they played a brilliant football. They showed what Indian players are capable and can do. And these boys are the future of Indian football. They have an amazing technical ability, good tactical awareness. Most of these will play now in under-17 youth league as well. So which is extremely important. They are getting matches, and that is where I feel these players will grow more.
And just a question from like a lot of our players already at Thane City FC. Since you are the national team coach, what do you look at when you are selecting these players, grooming these players? Because these are not fully senior level players, but they are still at the under-16, under-17 level. So what should a player do to stand out, or maybe how a player can maybe possibly get selected for the under-16 nationals?
See, I have simple funda tell, and I'm not afraid to tell that on camera as well. Yeah. I prefer physically strong players. And when it comes to technical ability, then that is the job of grassroots coaches or me or others to develop them, like their technique. If you are if you are not physically well built and strong, then you need to be extremely good in, all departments of football. You need to be Messi, you need to be something really good in you need to be extraordinary. In modern football, maybe a lot may not agree, but I strongly believe modern football, you may have a fantastic talent. If you are not able to compete physically and fitness wise, that talent is of no use. You may have little bit less talent, but if you are physically strong and fit, you are a usable player. Coaches might definitely will use you if you are in a team. So it shows in modern football. You have seen like a lot of young players breaking in bigger teams in Europe or in other teams. If they become successful, but when they break in, you will see they are physically not that way. They by face they look young, but physically they are like they are good enough to match the other guys as well. So for me, that is one thing. The first thing I look at, profiling, which position you play and what kind of. If you are a striker or a winger, you can be a little bit shorter, but you need to have speed. But if you are a taller and you have a good ability, you have a speed also, without doubt, that will catch my eye. And I think that is where we and in India have to focus on. People say, okay, unfortunately, a lot of academies, they look for a like quick success. They pick at being strong, young, short, and they are faster than others. But yeah, I recently met, sorry to jump on other topic, I recently met in AFC youth conference, former Manchester United star, this Korean player, I think Park. Yes, Park.
Yeah, Park. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him growing up.
So when he was telling his story, he said, when I was young, I was very skinny and by the way, he's not small, huh? When we compare to the Asian, he is a little bit taller than me. He was telling his story that he said many coaches had told him, you won't succeed, you are smaller, skinny and all that. And it happened with the Griezmann also. Very thing. If I'm not, yes, in the similar thing happened with the Griezmann. So if a player is a good, physically well built, and you feel he has a little bit talent and all that, don't give up on him. Train, because no coach can tell you, or nobody can tell. They might have a little bit of prediction. This guy might do well, but in youth level, you may have seen. I have seen so many players who are not doing well, and they did quite well in senior level and made a successful career. Park is one of them. Griezmann is one of them. They became the world's top players. So if you see a good physically well built under 16 boy or under 14 boy, give him a chance. Don't think that his running style is not that good, but if he is well built, work on those things and see how it happens. And that is what we need to adopt, that kind of habit. But that doesn't mean the who are physically less, we have to ignore them. There are players who look at under 14 very small, but if you see their genes, if you follow their parents and everything also, and if you compare later on their height with them, which nowadays all the football clubs do that, and after growth spurt, you will see a certain change, and they are all of a sudden after 16 they are a big guys, and then you say their voice changes, their body structure changes. But that is the time we need to work hard, and that is where I feel personally that is what I prefer. I prefer to work on that, and if I get a longer period with him, I will try to prefer on give that part preference, which is physical aspect, especially in international football. You need big guys to compete, and yes, yeah. So that was sorry to jump in between that I wanted to link. And I think like in future, I have spoken to a lot of scouts. Look for those kind of guys, bigger boys, profile guys, defender. I need defender bigger. I need goalkeeper bigger. So that's what I'm trying to do.
So, these are very young minds, young players,
Yes.
and they are just getting, past their teenage years and everything. So, when you are training with these children, how do you balance the, technical skills and the mental resilience of these young players, very young minds?
You have to be, as a coach, extremely careful for with that, and most of the times you have to be their elder brother, like a father, to help them, not to feel pressure or not to feel. Uh, it's a very tricky thing. It's very thin line. You have to put them a little bit under pressure, and same time they should feel it. I'm not forcing it, but I'm helping them. So that is where you have to balance it as a coach. Like if you try to force it, they will start not liking you, and which is a problem for coach. Yeah. You have to force it in a such a way that they are not feeling it. You are forcing them to do this, do that, and all that. You have to treat them like they're your own kids. Maybe like make them feel I'm their elder brother, I'm fatherly figure, like that. And they can put all the trust on their coach, and coach will definitely like help them to grow better players. And honestly speaking, one of the last year, like meeting these boys first time and all that, was I put most of my effort on that. That boys should trust me and believe in what I am saying. That I think that is where, as a coach, also you earn your money. Like I always believe coaches are a salesman. You have to sell your ideas to players, to management, and you have to be excellent in that. And then comes to the delivering, which is honesty and everything. So I think that is where you you have to push them mentally, also make them strong, and but in such a way where they don't get hurt. They don't, because if they get that fear in their minds, then that might hamper their development. So same times, I in most of my trainings, I like to talk to them. I like to make them feel this is the game we picked, and because we picked this game to enjoy, not to make career first out of it. Of course, that has to be in the back of the mind. But first thing is, when I was playing as a young, I just loved it. I just wanted to express my feelings through it, and I want them to do the same thing. Express your feeling for football, what you want to do, what you have visualized, how you want to do it. So I think that is how I deal with these things.
Thank you for those wonderful insights. So, jumping right into one topic that I think so is on the minds of all fans. Like I have been talking to so many fans from last couple of days, and for everyone, you are the perfect and the right choice to become the under-16 coach going ahead. And recently, a couple of days back, we had the under-17 qualifier draws. So India was grouped with Thailand, Brunei, and Turkmenistan. We will be playing our qualifiers in Thailand itself. So what do you think about the chances?
Well, for me, if I'll be the coach, even if I won't be the coach, I still feel India has to do well in that group, because there has to be hope, and then you work on as a coach on that hope. I feel if given a good time for camp and much needed friendlies with a stronger team, this bunch of players can do a great job. And that is where I also feel this is a group where hopefully we have a good hope to qualify from.
Hmm.
And but like in football, anything can happen in a good way or in a bad way. Playing in Thailand in the same group with the host is not going to be easy as well. Turkmenistan is a physically strong team every time. But yes, having said all this, you still have a hope that we can beat all the teams. And yes, there's a big hope and chance to qualify as a group winner. From that, it's going to be very interesting. It's already an interesting group, but yes, in under 17 we rank quite high. Let's hopefully whoever is the coach or if I am the coach, they do well.
And I know we had a spectacular campaign at the AFC Championships as well. So just the last question, this is what all aspiring players would be, would need. What would be your tip, your guidance, your words for players who aspire to play at the highest level?
First of all, if you are a young player, and it's the same goes with the coaches also, don't be scared of doing mistakes. When we train and all that, don't be scared of taking risks. If you will be scared of taking risk or afraid of mistakes, you'll never be successful, because you won't come to know what is beyond that. You'll be able to test your abilities. So I think try express yourself. Don't be afraid. Express yourself on the field. For coaches, give them freedom, and for players, if you get the freedom comes with the responsibility in the football. If you want to take on the player in a situation where the other player is free, if you want to take on and not to pass him, that's your decision, which a coach should give you a freedom for that. But the responsibility is you didn't pass, you won't lose the ball, you will make a better. You understand what I meant? This is where we have to make players believe that they are free what to do, but with a responsibility. And for players, go and express yourself, enjoy. There will be always a pressure, but don't worry. The worst thing will happen. You won't become a professional footballer, but life has so many other things. Yeah. But if you don't express, or if you don't push your talent, you will later on still regret. So it is better to regret with a try for doing it and going all out for it, rather than later on crying that I didn't try this. So that's it. And eat healthy, which is important. Eat healthy, respect your parents and coaches who are guiding you.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you to all the viewers who have joined in. If you like the show, please do hit the subscribe button. Please do follow us on Instagram. And thank you so much, sir, for joining in. Very, very wonderful insights. And I think so this will be helping, not just guide young minds at Thane City Football Club, but also young minds across the world. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.